All right, now after the unit boots up, we get to this screen. Basically, this is just a warning saying that this is not a fail-safe system. You have to use your own judgment when you're driving on the lake. Basically, at the bottom here it says press exit to continue. Here's the exit button. Just press exit. The unit has an internal GPS antenna, so it takes maybe about 30 seconds for the unit to kind of acquire satellite position. And then once you get this speed to stop blinking and it says no GPS position fix, you just got to kind of wait for that to lock on. Again, usually about 30 seconds. All right, so once we get out of Pike Bay, as you see, the red goes away and we get out to actually some deeper water. So there'll still be red around the lake. So when you're coming into shore, that shallow water around all the islands, that shallow water. So the red, we just want you to avoid the red. That's why we highlight it in red. We want you to say, hey, this is not a good spot. This is not safe. So the only time you should ever drive the houseboat through a red area is following a yellow trail. And it does show the depth contours once you get out to deeper water. So you do know how deep a water is. So you have some reassurance that you're not in shallow water. I'll kind of zoom out here a little bit. I'll show you these pink lines. So what these pink lines are is that they're pre-programmed navigational routes on the lake. Basically what that means is they're safe routes and they're efficient routes for making different longer moves. So here's one. You got one angled up here, you got one coming back down, and you got one going up. Again, pre-programmed navigational routes, basically they're there for you to safely get to different sections of the lake. They will not take you directly to a mooring site, but they'll get you close. So I'll just come up here and I'll show you one here. So I'll zoom in a little bit. So right here is mooring site number 7. So the numbers of the mooring sites will match the numbers on the paper map. And again, like I said, that pink line won't take you directly to it, but it'll get you to let's say right here. And then from there, you can break off and head up towards your mooring site. So all these dots are our mooring sites, and the numbers correlate with what's on the paper map. So I like to pick. I do actually like to pick number 7 as a what I like to show our guests. So you would come out of our bay. You could follow this. The most efficient way is to come this way. You could go around Edie Island, but if you're trying to make it there in time to get there before dusk, we follow the pink line up here. Ooh. Then you'll want to go north here, and as you're driving, again, here's the 500-foot zoom, so it's going to show you more definition. Basically, our paper map is a good reference for picking a mooring site. But to actually find the mooring site, once you get there, this is where the GPS comes in really handy. So as you're coming around, you can keep zooming in. And we do like our houseboats exactly where the blue dots are. We don't want your houseboat over here on the east side, the south side, or the west side, and that's very shallow water right there. We actually we want our houseboats where the waypoints are. So this is an actual waypoint where we actually want you to pull into shore. So basically what we tell our guests is drive the boat right into the blue dot. So that's where we want you to park your houseboat, because we've been to all these sites before, and that's where the shoreline is safe for our houseboats and for you to get on and off the houseboats. This cursor thing right here basically allows you to move around the map, zoom in and zoom out. And this is handy for, again, as you're coming out to your mooring site, and once you get into some open waters where you're not worried about the depths, you can zoom out and kind of get your bearings, kind of where you are and where you want to go. How to get back to your current position, you need to press the exit key, and that takes you back to where the houseboat actually is. Because that is some people do have questions about that. And as you can see here, we got there's actual a green track. So the green track is going to be, so whenever you're driving on the lake, you'll leave a green track. So that if you go into an area, you can follow the track back out. And that's really all you need to, we don't want our guests to get into the units and actually monkey with them. So basically power off, power on. Again, you'll have to press the exit key to get out of the initial screen after it boots up. You can use the plus and minus. You can use the cursor to move around. Exit will take you back to where the position is, and that's all we want our guests to do. We don't want our guests adding waypoints, deleting waypoints. Again, this is not a fish finder. It will not find fish for you. It is just a GPS unit, and that's what we want it used for. So to power the unit off, you'll just press the power button. I think you have to hold it down for like 2 or 3 seconds. It'll give you a prompt on the screen here. So there's shut down, and so after it does that, there is no reason to keep this on when you're at your mooring site. You're just using up battery, but just always have it on when you're cruising on the lake. And now we'll go to the paper map and look at the paper map.